Hello. What is going on, guys? This is Purgatory and welcome to a brand new video. In today's video we are theming it on some Fall Guys action today. But before we go ahead and hop into what this video is, if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe if you're brand new to the channel, and follow me over on Twitter and Instagram and over on Twitch as well. Link to everything is in the description below for you guys. So now, what do I want to do today? I want to go ahead and rank every single Fall Guys minigame, game mode, whatever you want to put it, in the game from worst to best. Right now, as of this recording, there are a total of 25 game modes in Fall Guys. They all kind of vary to what kind of mode they are. Some of them are team modes, some of them are final modes, some of them are beginning of the game modes, and some of them are just straight up just like kind of spread around as just base game modes pretty much. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and just get right into it. So, coming up at the worst, number 25, the worst one in my personal opinion, that is Royal Fumble. Honest to God, I cannot stand this level. This level is absolutely garbage. There's nothing really good about it. I feel like there's a lot of room to improve in this game mode though. I don't want to completely bash it because I feel like it actually has potential to be good. Where does it have the potential to be good, Perg? Well, I actually talked to UDG about this on his stream. We were talking about this, and he actually brought up a good idea, and I kind of like had the similar idea, but I kind of like meshed them together, and that's pretty much at the very beginning of the game. So, every person that is in the final game, because Royal Fumble is a final game mode, everybody in the final game, they all race to the middle, and the middle is where the tail is, and so they all race to the middle. Whoever gets to the middle gets the tail first, and pretty much throughout that game is whoever holds the tail for the longest amount of time, in the span of what, 2 minutes maybe, wins the game. So like whoever gets the tail first gets to hold it, but then they get it grabbed and they've held it for like what, 10-15 seconds. Now the person that took it is now getting time towards them, and they got to survive as long as they can. And if somebody else takes it but this person has 30 seconds, they're currently winning. So the person grabs it, and whoever owned the tail previously, if they grab it again from the 15-second timer, it continues on. So I feel like that would be a lot better for Royal Fumble. Straight up just having it to where whoever has the tail last is the winner, just makes it to where this game mode is absolutely terrible to play. I dread playing it every single time. Most of the time it's even an instant back out. So up next is Tail Tag. This one I feel like is playable, but not at the same time. Tail Tag is pretty much like Royal Fumble, but multiple people can have a tail. Honestly, I feel like it's still kind of bad. Like, take the same rule set of Royal Fumble, but make it to where multiple people can do time limits, and whoever has the most time with the tail wins, pretty much stuff like that. Number 23, which is Team Tail Tag. As you can see, there's a trend here. I hate the tail tag games, but the reason why I ranked Team Tail Tag above both is because it's a team effort. Whatever team has the most tails at the end of the game pretty much wins the game, and I think that's fine. This is completely playable. It still kind of sucks, but it's very, very playable, and honestly, I would play this over those two any sort of day in the week. I think Team Tail Tag is fine. Whatever team has the most tails wins is fine. I would like to see the time rule, what I mentioned with Tail Tag and Royal Fumble, to come back, but all in all, not hurt by it. Coming up at number 22 is Egg Scramble. Now, at first, I liked this mode because it was like, grab the eggs, take them to your basket, whatever. Why I stopped liking it was because of the griefing. So it's like whenever you put your eggs in the basket, everybody goes and starts griefing you really hard. Especially some people will team up on the wrong team, and that happens literally every Egg Scramble game. Have I won a bunch of Egg Scramble games? Sure. It's just the fact that some people, a whole nother team, maybe even both teams, will go group up on you and pretty much make you lose the game because you have the least amount of score. It's a very dumb game mode, honestly. It's like, it's playable. I'll still play through it, but I hate the fact that people just go, like some people, they won't even go grab eggs. They'll straight to go to another team's basket and just take eggs out of their basket, and I hate it a lot. I feel like can be a little bit renewed, but I really hate the way that they made it to where you grief it. But that's really honestly the only way you can do a game mode like this one, because like what if another team takes the most amount of eggs. I guess you can make it to where eggs keep spawning in, and then whoever gets the most amount of eggs takes it. Like pretty much like you put an egg to where nobody can get into the basket and take them out. Make it to where like eggs keep spawning, and then if a gold egg spawns, kind of like how something in Mario Party, like stuff spawns and then there'll be that special one and you take it over to a basket. Sounds like a bunch of fun to me. Honestly, I think that'd be a lot better. Anyways, coming up at number 21 is Jinxed. I was okay with this mode. It's still not great because of the connection, and that's one complaint that I had with Tail Tag that I forgot to mention. But Jinxed is pretty much kind of like a game of tag. It's like Tail Tag, but honestly a little bit better. It's a lot better than all those game modes combined, because pretty much, actually think about Call of Duty Infection. Pretty much one person starts as the infected, and you have two teams. So whoever gets jinxed both those teams have to like try to jinx as many people as possible. Whoever reaches 0 jinxes first loses the game. So yeah, the only reason I didn't really like this mode was because of the connection. You can be like a mile away from somebody and they'll still hate you. I don't understand that, but whatever. Coming up at the number 20 spot is Rock and Roll. Now, I really wanted to like this one because it's like an obstacle course of you and your team pushing the ball. And on my little tier list here, I actually put it above F tier because it's honestly, it's not that bad of a mode. The only problem I have with this mode is the griefing. So griefing is a pretty big thing in this game, and sometimes I can see it as it's like, it's not that bad. It's whatever. Griefing kind of belongs in some of the modes. But Rock and Roll and Egg Scramble, it doesn't really belong in those modes whatsoever. Honestly, the only reason why I don't like it is because sometimes it relies on your team sometimes. And sometimes you're not going to have a great team that knows what they're doing. It's a potentially good game mode. It's just, honestly, I don't think it was executed too well. That's just my personal opinion. If you guys disagree, let me know. Coming up at number 19 is Hoarders. Hoarders is pretty much just take the ball, bring it over to your section of the map, whatever your team on. I'm okay with this mode. I'll play it. It's very much playable to me, but it's just very stressful. I guess that's the best way to say it. You bring a ball over to your course, and then people will start going into your little course and then bring the ball out, and then you got to get a ball back in, and it's like it all comes down to the wire, and it's very stressful, to be completely honest. So with Fall Guys, I feel like stress shouldn't be a thing with these games, but that's just kind of how it is. Also, I kind of suck at it, and I have the worst luck with this game mode, so that's another reason why. Coming up at the number 18 spot is Tiptoe. This one, I see that a lot of people like, but personally, I'm not too much of a fan of it. Getting a little better at playing it, but at the same time, it's like when there's a group of people, it's hard to play because you have to guess a path. So people just kind of jump, and if it disappears, they're like, whatever. A good way to play this mode, though, is all the shaking tiles that you see are all fake tiles. So if you see a shaking tile, don't step on it. If you see one that you've never seen shake, chances are it might be the good tile. It's just hard to do because when you're trying to guess and you're going to try to like juke out the system or something, people are just going to push you off the map because of how narrow the boxes are. So there's just a lot of things with this mode. Like, it's fun, and it's also not fun all at the same time. It's fun when you win it. It's fun when you get the path down and then you win. But sometimes, if you're first in that path, you're most likely last. Especially if you make it to the end as first place. You're most likely going to be last if you fall off. Number 17, Fruit Shoot. Honestly, I don't really mind this mode. It's kind of like a mid-tier level. It's the conveyor belts that go downhill, and then you have to run up the conveyor belt. And as you're doing that, a bunch of fruit comes down. And it's not even that bad. People are saying they hate Fruit Shoot, and I just think it's a mediocre. It's an okay level. It's sometimes even a freebie. It's very luck based for sure, I will say. Number 16 is DoorDash. So I was gonna rank this a little bit lower because of how much of a guessing game it is. But honestly, whenever you guess and you're not in first place, it's actually kind of fun. Just going through the doors and you guess a door and it's wrong, you bump it, you kind of laugh. So, and when other people get the door right and it's like it narrows down, it's okay. It's, again, another mediocre kind of level. The guessing game makes it kind of stale sometimes, but also whenever you're just playing with your friends, it's a little fun. Also, if you're first and you guess a door right, you will get trampled because more often than not, your guys is going to fall. Up next is Fall Mountain. At first I didn't like this, but now I actually kind of figured out a path. So why is it 15? That's because of how exploitable the path is. If you know what path to do, you'll win it almost every time. If you hang left, because the spinny things are always like, they're not quite scaled right, so you can always hang left, completely dodge the doors, and sometimes you'll get hit by a ball or something, but most often than not, you will not get hit by a ball because there's like little edges that knock the ball away. Yeah, so whenever you get up, you gotta time it to hit the crown. It's okay. It's an Obi course. I like Obi courses. It's a pretty mediocre one. It's okay. Number 14, Fall Ball. This is one of my more favorited team modes. I'm not really a huge fan of the team modes in this game, but this is more favorited because it's literally just soccer. It's like if you played Rocket League, you know what I mean. Like if you just played soccer in general, you'll know what I mean. Two giant, yeah, and you hit them into the other person's goals, and whoever scores the most wins. There you go. It's pretty medium. It's whatever. It's a fun game mode. Number 13 is Hoopsie Daisy. This one's pretty much just jump through a bunch of hoops. Whoever jumps through the most hoops wins. There is a gold hoop that costs like 5, that is actually 5 points, but pretty much self-explanatory. Jump through a hoop, whoever has the most hoop wins. It's a great mode. It's a ton of fun. I actually really like it. It's another team mode too. Number 12 is Gate Crash. So this one is purely timing based, and I think that adds to more of the skill. If your timing's right, you will blaze through this level. It's really nice. This slide at the end, you have to time it. You have to time your jump. And like that's double timing because you have to time whenever you get to the bottom and what door you want to go through, and you have to time that. So this is a timing game, and I really like it a ton. Honestly, it's a ton of fun to play, but it's just not as good as the other modes that we're about to get into. Number 11, the Whirly Gig. Some people don't like this, some people do. I'm one of the people that likes it. Pretty much it's an Obi course just with like spinny fans. Honestly, there's like a thing with a little bar that spins on the floor, and there's some fans that spin around. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's actually pretty cool because there's also like a chance you can take of one that spins really fast, and you'll pretty much shortcut through the whole level if your chances are good. Pretty mediocre. It's whatever. I actually really like it. It's kind of fun. Takes a lot of skill too, and timing again. Number 10 is Jump Showdown. This one they actually added very recently, and that is one to where pretty much just a spinning bar, like 2 spinning bars. One of the top one is a little fat and it spins pretty slow. The bottom one is skinny that you have to jump over, and it's pretty fast, and it gets faster. And the twist to this though is all the platforms start falling. This is a final game mode, so whoever's the last alive wins. I actually really like this one a lot because like it gets more and more intense, and it's like something like you feel like you can get good at. There's sometimes where the timing kind of sucks, is not really on your side, because there's sometimes where the top bar and the bottom bar will line up and then knock you off pretty much because you can't jump or go under. You can't do any of that, so you're kind of just screwed. But most of the time on Jump Showdown, it doesn't really do that. Anyways, coming up at number 9 is Jump Club. It's pretty much just like Jump Showdown, but with no platform falling. And also the timing of the things is a little more unfortunate. Number 8, Seesaw. Why is Seesaw so high on my list, you ask? That's because it's not a bad level. You just gotta understand how physics work. Obviously, if you're in the front row of Seesaw, you're gonna blast through this no problem. But if you're stuck in the middle of the crowd, this is the reason why it's kind of like lower on my top 10. In the back of the crowd, people are gonna troll the shit out of you because like it'll be very lopsided, and there'll be a certain angle that it gets to that you can't climb up anymore. Instead, you'll slide down and fall off the level. Honestly, the reason why it's so low is because of the players. Like the players are stupid. They don't know how physics work. If you know how physics works, if you have an IQ more than 2, I think you'll be fine. I think you can blast through this level no problem. Coming up at number 7, Perfect Match. This one's kind of just a freebie. It's literally just, there's a picture that's gonna pop up, and there's like a platform, 4x4 platform of squares that have fruit pictures that show up. It's a mango, by the way. So the fruit pictures pop up, and whatever pops up on the screen, you have to stand on the platform that had that fruit on it. So it's a memorizing game. Pretty much follow the crowd on this one because these people, it's pretty easy to do if you follow the crowd. It's also kind of easy to memorize too. There's 3 rounds of it. So the first one is like 2 fruits. The second one is like, I think 4. And then the third one, I think, is like 5 or 6. Pretty easy, not gonna lie. It's actually, I like it a lot. Number 6 is Rollout. So this one's really cool. I actually really like this one a lot. Platforms will start rotating, and they'll start rotating, like, and all of them rotate opposite of each other. So like one will go counterclockwise, one will go clockwise, and they'll have obstacles on them. that you have to get around. There's like a wall, a bunch of little barriers that you have to get around. There's like a gap you have to jump over sometimes. And honestly, this one's another freebie too. If you just know how to dodge things and you know how to play your platforming skills, it's a freebie for you. I can see why people would die on this, because I died on this the first time I played it, but it's pretty easy to learn if you've ever played a platforming game. Honestly, it rewards your movement skills and platforming skills big time. So again, just another freebie in my opinion. So now we're in our top 5, and coming at number 5 is Hit Parade. Hit Parade is actually, I think it's my least played one, but it's pretty fun. It's an OB course that you just kind of go through a few things. There's like these little like swinging hammers, and then there's like this slime climb thing, or this slime like hill that you go up. Just hang right, you're good to go. This one's a ton of fun. It takes a lot of skill to do, but you're gonna have a good time. Number 4. Dizzy Heights. This one has like spinny platforms. This one's a ton of fun because if you position yourself correctly on the spins and you look at the arrows, you can kind of like blast through the first section. The next section is like kind of the same thing, but you have to worry about falling off. So if you fall off, there's a little platform at the bottom that you can go through, and then you go up a hill. And then the last but not least, there's like a big platform that rotates like counterclockwise and clockwise, and there'll be like balls being shot out from a cannon onto the platform. It's not bad. I think this one definitely takes a lot of skill of using movement in your platform. I like the levels that take skill to do. This is a ton of fun. Coming at number 3, top 3 here, is Block Party. So Block Party is a ton of fun. I love these kind of game modes, to where you pretty much have to put your character in between the open spaces of where blocks are. So if there's like a gap, you put yourself there, and there's sometimes there's a gap in a bar that you have to jump over. Pretty much get to the end of the game, like pretty much survive the amount of time that you have to survive, and you win. It's a ton of fun. I think it's like one of my favorite freebies that you could get. It's just survive as long as possible, and when you do, you're rewarded. It's actually pretty cool, and I honestly, every time that pops up, I have a great time, especially with your friends if you control them by grabbing them. This is the only time where grabbing and griefing is a ton of fun to do. Coming up at number 2 is Hexagon. I win a lot at these. Sometimes you have to be a little lucky, but most of the time it's pure skill. If you hang to the top and you kind of use your platforming skills to hang at the top, you'll do pretty well, but be careful and look below you, because sometimes those people that are below you are not very smart and will not leave you any space to jump, because you can fall straight through. So you got to be very careful, and that's literally the only reason why it's number 2. And now we're at the number 1, my top 1, my favorite Fall Guys level currently of all time right now, and that is Slime Climb. So this for some reason is considered the most difficult level in the game, but to me, it's one of the easiest ones. It's just like another OB course, but this time you're being chased by slime. Think of it as floor is lava. So like the slime will keep climbing up, so if you have to get up quick. But slime is kind of slow, so you have a little bit of time, but you still have to be careful. Like you gotta keep a lookout for it, because you can get screwed over sometimes. And at the very top, there's that slime thing that can kind of screw you over sometimes if you get hit, because it's very slippery. So be careful with that one. Get your timing right, get your movement right, and when you hit that finish line, pretty much this is the only game mode to where a lot of people will die out. And if they all die out, you pretty much got almost a free win on your hand, especially if the game ends in Hexagon. I think you got a win on your hands. That or Fall Mountain, and you know the route. Fall Guys is a ton of fun. Fall Guys is one of my favorite games to play right now, and it might be a game of the year for me, because this game is just all around, it focuses on fun. While some of it's kind of based on luck, to be real, it's still an incredible amount of fun. I got 5 wins so far. I haven't played as much as other people, but I have 5 wins so far, and this game is a ton of fun, and I stream this a lot on Twitch. So if you made it all the way to the end of this video, thank you so much. You're an absolutely incredible person, and I hope you have a fantastic day. All that stuff. And if you want to follow me over on Twitch, you can follow me over there. I do stream this game a lot. I do still stream Call of Duty, and I will still post Call of Duty videos, but I'm having a ton of fun on Fall Guys right now. So I hope you guys do understand that there's going to be a little bit more Fall Guys on the channel here in the future. Anyways, I love you guys absolutely a ton. You guys are absolutely incredible for watching this video. And if you ever want to play some Fall Guys, I play on PS4. I might get it on PC here pretty soon if crossplay doesn't come out soon. But if you want to play with me, you can go ahead and add me. Go to my Twitch channel. Give me a follow over there, and that's really all you gotta do. And you put !gamertag in there. That's all you gotta do. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all. Have a fantastic day.